design. We back so soft. Your shipping's off for on time. Stressed out? Yo, everything will be fine.
In this week's episode of Fear the Bug, I'd like to show how we can use a stored procedure to build out values in a pick list. This right here is a traditional pick list where I entered in each value manually, but if I'd like to use a stored procedure to query a database, then it'll always pull the most recent information to build out my pick list. So to demonstrate this, I've created a very simple stored procedure which actually queries a different database for rock legends and returns a name of base players. Now within OnTime, I can use this stored procedure to build out a pick list. Now to create my pick list, I would just go to Tools, Manage, click on the Management Console, and add my pick list. Now I want to create a new pick list using my stored procedure. I'll just call this base players, and select stored procedure down here at the bottom. Now just paste in the name of my stored procedure and the name of the column I'd like to include. This time it'll just be the name column. Here you can see the pick list is pulling in all the values for the different base players in my database. And now I can go and continue creating a custom field which will use this pick list and then add it to my field templates. I'll select my new base players pick list, field templates. I'll see base player available as a drop-down field. One of the benefits to using a stored procedure to build a pick list is that whenever I update my database, it'll always pull the most recent values and return those in the pick list. To demonstrate this, I'll go back to SQL, and I'm just going to add another entry into my Rock Legends table. Now I'll add another row, and add a new defect. I will see that my pick list for base player is reflecting my most recent entries in my database. Because building out a stored procedure requires direct modification of the database, it is not an option for OnTime Now hosted customers. It is only an option for OnTime installed users where you maintain your own SQL server. Because this pick list using this stored procedure is querying an external database, there is the possibility that it can hinder performance if it takes some time to return the values. If your stored procedure is taking a while to return values, you might want to see if there's any way to optimize that stored procedure, or if there's a way to get that information directly into the OnTime database so it can query that information locally. We hope that you can make use of this powerful feature within OnTime, and thank you for viewing this podcast.